Right, okay, so just have a look at this chicken. You can see it's going quite nicely in there, so we just leave that carry on while that's busy simmering away. What I've got here is I've got the chicken. This is the thighs, the legs and the wing pieces, and what we need to put into this is oyster sauce, which I have here, 3 cloves of garlic, which I've just peeled and sliced, and I'm actually going to put some chilli in with this today, but I don't normally do that, but I'm going to do that today. And then the last thing we need is some honey, which I'm just grabbing now. Some clear honey. So they're the ingredients. Now you'll have to just watch me here because I don't measure this stuff out, I just kind of do it. So I'm just going to put these into this crock, or pestle and mortar as it's called, and then I'm going to crush this lot up. Okay. So green chilli, just going to give this a bit of a spicy taste to it, which is hopefully it's going to work. But as I say, I don't normally do that, so if you don't fancy the chilli, just leave it out. The rest is exactly the same. Done, so this is a really useful thing, this pestle and mortar. I bought this one down at Wing It, which is down in just off the end of the M1, Quickerwood. So it's superb. So what I'm going to do now is just sprinkle that. I'm going to mix all this up a bit later on, so you don't have to get too pedantic about how this looks at the moment. So okay, so garlic and chilli here. Right, now for the oyster sauce. Now you want to get quite liberal with this. The more the merrier, really. So you can see there how much I've put on. I can't tell you. Well, actually, it's pretty much the whole. Pretty much the whole one of those. That's almost 150 millilitres. So that's probably. And then this honey. All right. Now I just pour on what I think. So I've just poured on that. Now what I'm going to do is mix this all up. So you mix it all around. You need a reasonable sized pot for this. Just mix it all around. Make sure it's all covered. Covering over that. Scoop it all out. It tends to settle on the bottom. But scoop it all around. Make sure you've got every part of the meat with some on it. Swap these bits around. Seems to be more up this end than there is up the other, so for some bizarre reason. sod's law and all that. Let's mix it all around. Make sure everything gets a good covering. Now you want to do this about an hour before you start to grill it really. I mean, you can get away with less, but the longer you give it, the better really. Because it really does taste delicious, this dish. So, okay, so now you don't have to leave the skin on either. Now we're on sensible eating here, and chicken skin is not that good for you, to be fair. So if you fancy taking it off, you can use chicken breast as well for this, by the way, but if you fancy just taking it off, that's fine too, it works just as well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to taste this. It should have a hint of sweetness, it should taste like the oyster, and the garlic just gives it that wonderful flavour. So that, if it's too sweet, you need some more oyster sauce in it. If you can't taste the sweetness, you need some more honey in it, okay? But that's kind of the yardstick. But that's just dandy, that is. So now I'm going to leave that to soak and marinade for about an hour, and then we're going to grill it up. Right, okay, so it's been a little while now. We've had about 3/4 of an hour for this chicken to marinate. So what I'm going to do now is just take it out and pop it in this tray. Now I'm going to put the skin side down because I'm going to then crisp that up on when I turn it over a bit later on. So and you keep the sauce that you've got left over, because when we turn it over we can baste it. So there we go. What I've got to do now, I've put the grill on already, so all we've got to do now is pop this in. And turn it over after about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Okay. So get your finger out of the way. So I've turned the chicken over now, and I'm just using the sauce that I had left to just baste these now. These are skin side up, so I'm quite happy for it to go crispy now. So I'm just basting them up, just so there's a nice lot of sauce and flavour on the top end of these. So these are going to taste absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so we're done. So now I'm just going to pop those back in the oven again. Go on for another 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so I've now got the chicken out, and you can see it's quite nicely browned. If I can actually put a knife through this chicken and the juices that come out are clear, then I know that the chicken is cooked and it's fine. So that's it, that's the chicken done. So we can now enjoy that as a starter. So I'm just going to pop that onto this plate. And that is a fantastic starter.